There's a Horse Thief in Every Family Tree is the 24th and final episode of the 4th season of the Doris Day Show. This is directed by Norman Tokar, and there might be some spoilers as I talk about the episode and share some thoughts. It's been quite a journey. I hadn't actually realised I was this close to the end of season 4. I did with the previous episode. I kind of realised, there are only a couple left, and here we are. And honestly, I feel like it's been probably 50% good and 50% not good. Maybe that's quite generous, actually. I haven't looked ahead. I have no idea if we're having any changes with season 5. And I don't know if I want changes, because I fear the worst if we have changes. But I'll save those thoughts for when we get there. For now, I would say this was a really good final episode of this season. It's not my favourite episode, but it was fun. It worked well. I really liked the characters. Doris wrote a story about the Townsend family, and it was all truth, but there were some harsh truths said. And of course, this was published in Today's World. And the family happened to be one of the biggest advertisers in Today's World. And of course, they decide that they're going to pull the advertising unless they fire Doris. And obviously Bennett wants to keep the advertisers, so it seems like Doris might have to go. However, Doris comes up with a plan, and she decides to pose as a maid and get a job at the Townsend's house to try and persuade them to let her have her job back and to reconsider advertising with Today's World. And I won't say what happens there, of course, but it does seem like there's a lot on the line. Either Doris's job or the advertising, and it seems like only one of the two things will still exist. And I genuinely wasn't sure how Doris was going to pull this off or what it would look like. And I was quite happy to find out, and I won't say what happened. I won't spoil too much, but I will say I did like the direction in which it went. I thought it was quite entertaining. The story was good. Doris's maid outfit was delightful. But the real reason I really enjoyed this is because of the characters. Not just Doris, who is of course fantastic, but also Mr. and Mrs. Townsend, played by Robert Emhardt and Harriet E. MacGibbon. Both are absolutely fantastic, but Mr. Townsend, Nesbitt, was an absolute delight. He was on the floor crawling around looking for a missing stamp from his collection, and it was fabulous. I really, really liked his character. Mrs. Townsend was great as well, and as I said, I wasn't sure where it was going, and kind of the final conversation between Doris and Mrs. Townsend, I loved how that played out. I thought it was fabulous. So really, I enjoyed this quite a lot. It seems like I'm praising it very highly, which I am. And I know I said it's not my favourite from season 4, which does suggest that there have been some really great episodes from this season. And to be honest, that's pretty true. I've either found the episodes really boring or really amazing. There's not really been a middle ground. There might have been one or two that have been a little bit okay. But it seems to be either I really like them or I kind of hate them. And thankfully this one falls into the former category. I honestly don't know what to expect from season 5, and I'm not going to look. I will wait until next week and I will find out what happens there. I kind of hope Bennett sticks around. Jackie I quite like. I wouldn't mind if Jackie sticks around. I'm assuming Doris is still at Today's World. We'll see. Time will tell. I will find out next week. But for now, I am pleased to say that there's a horse thief in every family tree is a pretty good episode and not a bad way to end what has been quite a rocky season of the Doris Day Show.